Oh, don't you
So for the video, I'm back at Freddie's house and he's in there out of the way because I've brought a guy with me. So we're going to see what he does, but he's not allowed to come into this part without being on a lead, and he has to be quiet before we let him in. He's not coming in while he's barking. You can see his tail, he's too excited. So we cannot meet anybody while he's in that excited state. So now the dog's quiet, Debbie can go and bring him through, but what she's going to do, she's going to go through and bring him in, but he's got to remain calm and quiet.
Wait.
That's it. You see how it gives you control, that lead?
Yeah. He's got to strangle himself.
No, well, it's alright. Just keep pulling up. You see how he's pulling you a little bit?
Yeah.
Just pull up and then relax.
There we go.
Hey, mate.
Good boy.
So, we'll use your treats. Oh, nice.
I need to ask you where you get those peanut ones from.
Sausage. Oh, the little biscuit ones.
Yeah.
Me, I sell them.
Oh, all right.
Look at him. He's like, oh my god. So you can relax the lead.
I don't think he's even noticed you, yeah.
Yeah, he's alright at the minute.
Oh,
Going through, yeah, pass it me. There you go. So he went through, but then he was like, oh, I'm not sure, I don't know. So, see, as soon as he bites you, I corrected, boom, straight across. We're not having that. So I disagree with the correction. It was a split second, tension, then relax, and he shut up. So that's his fear showing. He was like, oh, who are you? And because Dan's not moved, not said, you know, not made a sound or anything, he went through, sniffed, and then was like, ooh.
He's a bit worried about going under the table as well, so it's a double whammy for him, really. Because you go round rather than go under.
So now we're just asking him, without asking him, to work out what it is we want from him. And we just want nothing. Just, yeah, you take back all. Just move this chair back a little bit. So he doesn't have to go around the table. This is why we don't want him hiding. I mean, he's literally snuggling into your leg. So we don't want to nurture that, because that's insecure. So we've just been chatting amongst ourselves for about 5 minutes, and Freddie's laid down. He's keeping an eye on Dan, but he's laid down, and as Dan spoke, his ears were moving backwards and forwards, but he's quite content. So we're all right with this. This is a good sign. But now let's just see what he does. So just stand up, Dan, and then just sit back down again. Correct him. Way too soft, like you've got to be fast.
Yeah.
So that reaction off the dog was just because Dan stood up. So now what I'm doing, I'm just using treats. He likes the sausage treats. So I'm just using treats, just little bits of them, to entice him closer, more into my space and slightly closer to Dan. On my video, Dan, you're just actually some orange shoes. So this simple exercise is just to help him. He can come right in front of me. He can be near somebody. Now he's trying to snatch, so I'm holding the treat because that's a little bit frantic. He can be near a guy without there being anything going on. But because he's trying to snatch, see what he's doing? Probably from your video, Dan, you can probably see that he's staring at you the whole time.
He's looking directly at me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants a treat,
Which is why I'm holding on to the treat, because I could feel he was getting more frantic. So he's licking it. I'm all right with him licking it, but I'm not going to give it to him because of how he's looking at him.
Super yummy, aren't they, those? I really like those.
Super yummy. Super powerful, them treats. So I'll try and see if I can transfer him your way a little bit. So again, I'm adding a tiny bit of pressure by seeing if he will take from him. Now what I expect him to do is take it and run. Just curve your fingers a touch so it doesn't drop out. We're just going to have some nostrils on that one now. So he's took them, but you see he's gone back to his comfort place. But that's a nice result. To start, yeah. Right, just give me these treats, I am, but you're eating them right next to Dan.
He's quite good at barking with his mouth full.
Getting that big bit of wood then.
He has like a snuffle pad and it's carrots that you have to pull up. Like
Oh yeah, I've seen them.
So we put treats in that and he pulls the carrots up. But he carries like 2 carrots around in his mouth and he can still bark.
So now see I've made a right mess on your kitchen floor.
Don't worry, yes. We'll get the Hoover out afterwards, won't we?
But I've made a crumble trail. So again, just this thing, you see I've dropped the lid, just this thing, it's all confidence building, but it takes time. If Dan was to move it, he'd shoot off, so don't move. But look how he's staying where he is. He's, you know, before in the beginning he was really stretching his neck out. He's starting to do it a touch.
At ease, isn't he? Going over there now. And
he's lingering for longer now.
Yeah.
Whereas before he was grabbing it and running back. He's lingering for a bit longer.
His back legs are going now, whereas they were here before.
Stretched out, yeah. Yeah. He was thinking about barking then, which is why I put the treats in front of his nose. As you moved your hand down, his mouth closed. And he was debating on whether he should bark or not.
You're doing very good, Freddie, aren't you? You're being a clever boy.
So it's too much in your personal space, so move your hand out a touch. It is literally crumbs, Freddie. Get by.
Is he taking them off down?
He's grabbed the whole lot and moved them back to his more comfortable place. He's really thirsty, but he's uneasy. He's stretching to it. That's right. Go on, you slobber him on the mat. But look, he's hanging around near you.
He's doing really well.
He's getting there slowly. So your visitors will have to stay for hours. You can't have a 5-minute visitor. That just won't work with him. Oh, well done. And again, he's hanging around. He did good. He became hesitant there, which is why I
Panicked himself, didn't he?
Yeah.
Did he?
I put my hand, as soon as he tensed a little, so I put my hand in the treat bag to bring him back at this side because I've dropped his lead. I don't want him that close to suddenly lunge. I don't think he would. He'd probably go backwards, but you never know. He might go forward and then backwards. But yeah, he did well, but then his nerves got the better of him again.
Oh, wow, that was a
He's
big
checking
step
if your
then.
legs full of treats
Yeah,
again.
he did good then though, didn't he?
Yeah. Exercise right now. So yeah, just stand up and see what he does. So for this exercise I've took hold of his lead because one, I don't want him bolting away, but I don't want him lunging forward neither. So Dan's moved. He literally
really
just
well
stood
with
up.
that.
He did, yeah.
Do you want to stand up again?
Yeah. So he got a little bit apprehensive there, which is again when I went to the treat bag. So I'm going to see, just stay stood up there. See if he wants to, see if I can bring him around this side again.
I think the fact that you're moving really slow is helping him.
Yeah.
There's no sudden movements. Is there?
No, if he was to do a sudden movement, he'd just have a big meltdown.
That's the thing again, like sort of cycling back to walking with other dogs and stuff. Working with a person to do stuff like this, you've got to know that you can trust that person to do what you say.
Yeah.
Rather than be a bit unpredictable. If I'm
Yeah,
really
but
unpredictable,
it's going to ruin what we've done to him.
Simple little exercise, just confidence building.
But the way he's with you, today is completely different than it was on Monday.
Yeah, he's much more relaxed. Because I'm the biscuit girl.
On a card there.
And he's staying around.
Mm.
And he's had plenty of water. He's been around the back of you as well to pick up his treats that are chucked at the back. So we've conquered a couple of different fears so far, all while we're staying still, obviously. For the end of the exercise, Freddie chose to sit there. But what we're going to do, we want to end on a positive as well. So you're going to put him back in the lounge, unclip his lead, and so he's shut in the lounge so that, again, when we're leaving, he's not any part of it, because that's a whole different part.
Right.